We had hail here this afternoon. It's been relatively cool.
Attention all units. This is Director Roche, SciComm Division. Cocoon is caught in the grip of a pulse-borne terror. If we allow the sea activity to continue, panic will rip our world apart. The peace and stability we have fought so hard to maintain.
Okay, that's the boss of this chapter. Just landing in that cutscene.
Pulse the sea threaten our very way of life. They must be eliminated. There can be no hesitation. That is all.
I like how the guy just takes off his communicator.
If we fail, our citizens will pay the price.
But it's interesting that you have this, like, literal turnaround where his mood goes from, like, the dictatorial pose to genuine concern.
Task force reporting. Begin operations immediately. Sir!
Also, these soldiers are extremely effective.
We can make it.
Hey,
Get
sorry.
to the station and board the train for Eden.
You think it's still running?
Well, if it isn't, we'll make it run.
Then punch straight into the heart of the Sanctum? Now you're thinking like a pulseless sea.
Well, this is Operation Nora. It's not just Snow I'm after. The Sanctum's gotta pay too.
They don't
You're the one who said we had to fight.
thrive on the transition
Every
to,
minute we
like,
waste, we're
high
tempting
D.
fate. There's some underground tunnels not far from here. I used to play in them when I was a kid. No one uses the
This is the most implausible bit,
so even
bit
the
of the
army
game.
doesn't know about it.
I hope
But I know
definitely
where it
never
is.
played in underground
We can
tunnels as a
sneak in
kid.
under their noses.
Sounds good.
Great. Here we go.
Palampolo, capital of commerce. This shot promises such a different experience to the first section of this chapter.
Huh. No more rivalries now. SciComm's brought in the Guardian Corps.
Okay. There's an old drainage pipe. We can use it to avoid being seen. The tunnel entrance is a little further up.
Right. 5,500 CP. Now get up there. Smite. Wait, smite the. Yeah, that's the end stagger thing. And quake. Those aren't terribly important. Overwhelm. Thundara and Blizzard. Thundara and Blizzard be good to have. And a second medic ability, no less. Asuna. I think we'll go Rav first. Yep. Strength and magic. What else have we got? Skip past it. Okay. Get the relatively cheap sins. Which medic ability abilities are you going to get? Cura and Asuna are going to be essential. What about Synergist though? Bar Water and Bar Thunder, those don't seem as important. I know I always underestimate them, but... Thunder and Water are relatively accessible. Let's get those in. So 480, so I could get like HP and be ready for Magic and Strength next time. What else can I get for 1203? HP, Strength and Magic. Oh, no, that's what I was just looking at. HP. Right. Let's try that.
Follow me! As we're fighting.
Can I get to the pipe without getting in combat with anything? Not with the soldiers being right there.
Bad step and we're goners.
Very alert.
Quick, this
That's
way!
definitely the final boss of the chapter, parked just the other side of that fence.
We can do this.
Oop. This is the only section where I'll actually be avoiding combat. I think for the entire rest of the game.
Watch my back.
Anyway, in we go.
Talk about close calls.
There was absolutely no way Hope was playing in these pipes.
I think we made it past all the guards. Don't worry, it'll be fine.
I mean, I think it's
Only kids like
narratively
you know about
authorized to avoid
They'll find
combat
it.
in that area.
They'll call in a team and canvass the whole tunnel system.
Then we better hurry.
So, where's this thing come out
Just sort
anyway?
of playing along, really.
Well, I don't really know for sure.
We'll find out today.
Such a difference there, lightning compared to how she would have been at the start of the Vile Peaks. No, come back!
This in school.
God bless the reset switch on platforms. Also, the dynamic camera angles are cool, but they really don't actually tell you how close you are to your destination. Anyway, it's Planeter time!
This is what it looks like down there.
I didn't do Paradigms! Shit. Oh, it's hit Paradigms on last time.
Thanks. Stay down.
Yep. And they heal each other as well. Get used to the siren going off, by the way. They do that every time one of them's taking damage. You are not going to turn around, are you? Oop. Hello, Devon?
Not quite.
Ah. Hi, Colleen. How are you doing?
Good. I just finished eating salmon for lunch.
Nice. Let's fight this armadillo dude.
Follow my lead.
Here!
Is this guy just going to spam photon burst on me? I'm not going to be happy if that's the case.
Keep up with me, Hope.
Fucking hell. Oh, it missed. Nice. Okay, nice.
Follow my lead, Hope.
I love that they take damage when they land from
Just
being
another
launched.
battle.
God, that was bad though.
It's the city's food production fallacy. Name's Carbuncle.
That's right, this is Carbuncle. The least cute
That's one of our
Carbuncle.
enemies, being Sanctum and all.
So, kill him and cut off the food supply. That'll make us popular.
I think people
Yeah,
have
I
enough reason to hate us.
Don't
you?
quite think you can make a Slippers glamour out
Yeah.
of that one.
You're probably right.
Be kind of
Hungry
spiky.
people make for angry
I'd wear it
people.
as a pendant.
Oh, sure.
Why don't we use that as a landmark?
Why don't we use that as a landmark as we circle round all the way around it on a linear path? No, go away. Turn round. Nope. Nope.
Oh yeah, it's the Flanaders.
Yep. Gotcha. Marcus, you're just wrong. Don't rescue it.
I guess the that carbuncle is like it's kind of interesting how
Just another battle.
FF13 more than any other game I can think of how much they're willing to like break like the traditional kind of design models for things.
I think FF12 does it as much. Oh come on, I was on that platform.
Yeah, I really should get back to it. I only got out of the sewers and I was like,
In 12,
and then I just in 12.
you should definitely get back to
Or
it.
I might have got a little further than that. I can't quite remember. The problem was that it came out around the same time as Stormblood,
Ah, right, yeah.
and I was basically just doing like my plan was to switch on and off, but I was like, I want to get through the main story quest of Stormblood and
Spot
get up to date on all the gear.
Gotcha. Let's see how much damage I can do this thing. There we go. Much easier when you surprise them.
Look at us. Pulseless sea, using a sanctum fallacy to tell where we're going. Sort of strange.
Not really. We've relied on them our whole lives. The food we eat, the light, and water. It's all from the Fal'Cie.
You know,
No,
this makes a half decent
I think Cocoon was really built for them.
reflection on like
The rest of
capitalism.
us, we're just leeches. Parasites.
You think? They protect us, nurture us, and take care of, well, normal people. They treat us like we're special. Almost like we're pets.
Like pets.
That kind of reminds me of while doing my Eureka grind,
We are
I've
just
had
pets.
a Tokyo
it.
Mirage Sessions LP
No, it
going,
makes sense.
and it's really weird to me to see them go directly from that to
I was
Persona
born
5.
into a Fal'Cie world.
For a lot of
Raised
reasons,
on a
but one
Fal'Cie
is that
leash.
like Persona 5
It was the
it doesn't
only
do it
life I
like
knew how to live.
that exceptionally well, but like one of the running
was taken
themes
from
through
me,
it is like kind of like
I
the
was
exploitation
completely lost.
by older generations.
Yeah.
And it's
Without a master
bizarre
to
that that
follow.
came out like right
My life.
after Tokyo Mirage Sessions,
Hmm.
which is just the polar opposite of like,
Listen
no,
to me.
your dream is to be a
This Lassie curse,
celebrity and
it
an
took
idol and
everything
that.
Yeah.
from me. My future.
And like it's like
dreams.
maybe like a little critical
didn't
about
wanna
it
think.
once in a while, but
So I fought
it's
instead.
mostly just kind of
As
glorifying
long
that
as I
whole
was
thing.
fighting, nothing else was
Yeah, I
mattering.
mean, the like
I was running
Tokyo
away.
Mirage Sessions is the other team, right? Isn't it? It's the SMT team
And
rather than
you,
the Persona
Hope.
team.
I have
You
no
guys
idea.
went along with me.
I'd imagine it would have to be considering the time frame it was
I
made
don't
though.
understand.
operation Nora is over.
So, something that they do mention, that they keep mentioning in the LP, it's like, oh, you know, there's like kind of like, like what looks kind of like
told me to
prototype
fight.
bits
I
of
made
what
a mistake.
E5's direction would be in the game.
Mm.
And my whole thought,
can't do
and
this.
I was just thinking,
You can't
listening
just
to that, it's like, you know,
build
I wish that
something
they
up
would
like
have
that.
adopted the structure
abandon me.
of Tokyo Mirage, because it doesn't have the stupid
won't
calendar
abandon you.
thing. You just, if you want to go do a side quest, you just go do it.
Yeah.
Well, there's prerequisites to like unlocking people's side
Can't just
quests,
throw
but
in the towel.
you know, usually that's just like, oh, progress the story or go grind or something.
It's time for triple Flantis.
There's also no like stupid like
How am I supposed to
social
just forget about all
stats, so
this?
you don't have to you don't have to like mash through the text on. I went and drank a coffee by myself in the cafeteria a billion freaking times, or
Yeah.
all the dumb variations of that.
I don't think I'm gonna get a surprise on these fuckers. Nope.
Like an LP that like cuts out like all the monotonous crap altogether. It's definitely like the optimal way to experience those games.
Yeah, it'd be fair to describe the cameras a bit on the slippery side. That is exactly what they are. Wansu Janet. I should change character. Right, I got you now, you fuckers. God, these guys are right.
Follow my lead.
Yeah, the camera and the movement as well are a bit slippery. But it only matters when you're really trying to push to get the awkward preemptives. And you don't need those. Like, the 3 Flanter fight is really annoying, but as you just saw, you can make short work of it if you know the other mechanics, like particularly ATB cancelling. Sorry, ATB refresh.
So what do we do now? We're Lassie, taking time bombs, enemies of Cocoon. If we can't follow the plan, do we just lay down and die?
Hello.
I didn't mean we should give up.
Then what
Hello.
battles do we fight? And
How are
against who?
things with
Tell me
everyone?
that.
I don't
Good!
know
I'm
yet.
doing my favourite part of the
don't know
game.
yet.
That's right. I don't know yet. But I do know we
The
can't
sewer
lose
level.
hope.
Who'd have thunk?
There is no hope. Not for Lassie.
I mean,
There's
Also-
in the grand scheme of, yeah.
Also,
My name.
we're right in the middle of
Not
the,
who I
like,
am.
we can't lose hope
I
scene.
was just like you.
Yeah.
My parents died. I had to be strong for Sarah, so I thought I needed to forget my past. And I became Lightning. I thought that by changing my name, I could change who I was. I was just a kid.
Also, like, this
Lightning.
conversation isn't paid
It
off
flashes bright.
until the end of Lightning
And
Returns.
fades away. It can't
And
protect. It
that's
only
incredible.
destroys. Sarah tried to tell me, but I wouldn't listen.
There you are.
An apparition
You
of
really
Sarah.
are, Lassie. It's my job to deal with you.
Typical.
I threatened her.
Slowpoke?
Sorry. Got held up.
Where have you been?
I am really late, huh?
The only one who believed her was Snow.
Don't say it! Don't say his name.
Thank you, Hope, for correcting
It
Lightning.
brings everything back. I keep playing it in my head. What happened to her? And then I see his stupid face and he's smiling. How can he smile when she's dead? I know! There's nothing I can do about it. I hate knowing that. No matter what happens, she's not coming back. When I was fighting, there was no time to think about it. It felt good just to give in. But now you start talking about hope.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I messed up.
It's my fault.
And now, more Flaniters. Don't look at me.
I wonder if this scene works better in the original Japanese when, like, I don't know if the names are different, but like it is kind of weird that they're having a conversation about Hope when the character's name is Hope, and they don't like opt for like any like different word to use. It is a little weird.
I think it works. Like, it's not subtle.
I suppose.
But, like, this game isn't a subtle game. Although, we ought to acknowledge that Western gamers still completely missed the fucking point.
Let's go! Take down the enemy.
I remember that all these sections as being so much longer than they are. And it's just because, like, I know how to do the combat now, so every encounter's like 10 seconds rather than 3 minutes. But how do we get down there?
Or more in the case of like the multi-Flanetter fights where you're just like, no, I want to do fucking slash and burn over and over and over. It'll work this time! Because that's what everyone does when they don't know what they're doing in this section.
Yeah. I forgot that there were extra chests, and I can't remember how you get them. Oh, sorry, there's two sections where there are 2 sets of switches. And yes, we are going back. It's
Yay!
important for research purposes. Also, I really like this space because it's massive. This is the one that's got 2 switches, right? Which one do I think it is? Joy of joys though, a Flanitor and a friggin' work.
For some reason, I look at this section of the game and it like kind of reminds me of like the way the way the presentation works in the Super Monkey Ball games.
Just giant vast spaces with solitary flat, thin platforms.
Yeah.
Becky, you're focusing on the tank. You should be focusing on the medic.
If I focus on the medic, I won't be able to kill it in time before the tank kills me with Photon Burst. Like all.
I know. I'm just saying.
All the thing does is spam you with Photon Burst.
I mean, a surprise will help if you can
yeah,
manage it,
probably.
or Deceptisol it.
Oh yeah, Deceptisol. That's a point. I have 8 of those things. I should do that.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
But yeah.
Nah, you've absolutely
my
got
point.
to take the shell off the turtle before you do anything else.
See, the thing is, I would rather kill the Flanitor outright, because
The
then you
Flanitor
can deal
takes
with
no
the...
killing though. Like they're really, really easy to kill.
Yeah, but the shell, I guess the shell monster doesn't have a whole lot of damage.
It does.
Or health, not damage.
Yeah.
Compared to the adamantine hides of the fucking previous ones, which are just enemies in their own right, but like... Point being, if you can't kill the thing in one stagger, before the Flanitor gets,
Well, no,
its heals off,
I
it would be
wasn't trying
pointless.
to kill it. I wanted to stagger it so it wouldn't be photon bursting me while I took care of the Flanitor. Because it can only do photon burst when it's got the shell.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, I wasn't sure if the stagger would last that long, because the Flanitors can be a fucker to stagger.
No, once you've got ATB refreshing, they're easy to stagger.
Okay.
And they have
Isn't
no
it-
health as well, is the thing. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it nice that we can have a conversation like this about this game's battle system, and not like 15? You press the attack button on the thing. But what did you do for this encounter? I pressed the attack button on the thing.
yeah, hey cat's right.
For this one, I hopped in the air and held the attack button on the thing.
Flanitors. Many Flanitors.
Yep, Flanitor.
There's one more awkward encounter to do. I think.
Is it the triple?
No,
Or
I've
have you
done the triple. Triple wasn't too bad actually, because the thing is, they group up, so you blitz him.
Which makes for good fire and
And
blitz.
I've got all the AOE's that are available at the moment, and we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Oh, there's a double triple.
No, it's because I'm re-backtracking.
Oh, right. And you had to retry for a thing, because you needed to Deceptisol. This game has systems that work well together, but also make you refight things like Dark Souls. Ha ha ha. Honestly though, when you're farming, that makes some good stuff.
Yeah.
Just being able to run slightly farther away, hit retry, and be like, oh, all the things I want to fight are back.
Also, Flanitor fights must be the noisiest fights in the game.
Just constant wee wee. God, what a silly video game.
It sometimes is, yes.
See,
Like
this is why I want some kind of 13 crossover, like at least a dungeon or something, because then you'd get, you know, a Flanator mobs, you'd get
What, in 14?
God. Yeah.
yeah, 14. You'd get a Bart boss. There's a lot of things you could do with this.
Honestly, I would love a 13 crossover dungeon, or like anything, but also all the things are just like all the enemies are just, oh, it's Allegan shit, so they could just toss Flanators in at any point.
Yeah.
That's true. Like they have a lot of stuff from other games that are basically ripped from. Like I think there's like a bunch of like 12
Yeah,
designs and stuff.
12 is pseudo MMO anyway, and I think some of those also appeared in 11 first.
Yeah.
I might be wrong on that. But yeah, like the dreadnoughts from this game are in 14 as well. And like the Clockwork Knights are a really cool design that they reused for 14.
Yeah.
You don't ever see them except when you're doing like Allegan dungeons. Which, one of my favorite dungeons is still both versions of Fractal Continuum, which is basically just a giant museum full of Allegan shit that's woken up and angry.
Anyway, that's the carbuncle room done with.
I forgot that's where Carbuncle is. It's good because Carbuncle is all about protecting people in all of its appearances, and it's making people able to live by producing food and shit in this one.
But it's also the prompt for, like, Lightning realizing, like,
Talk to your dad.
how...
Felsi aren't all crazy powerful,
Without hope.
like,
I mean,
psychopaths.
her realization is, like, the Falsi are
It's
treating us
just
like
a way
pets.
to die.
That too. Yeah.
I want you to find the hope
I
you were
mean,
named for.
Cat's right, I don't think it
Staying
is.
alive, I
I
can
think
help you with.
it's a necessary
can't-
compromise of game writing
I
that
can't
scenes
give you
sometimes feel a bit abrupt like that.
If you go to see your father,
But also, sometimes
think me and my
realizations
dad
are abrupt.
will make anything better? He's never listened to a word
Oh,
I've
so
said.
I see. So we're the little
He's just-
bunny summon for the
He'll
Carbuncle.
never believe all this listening.
So the roles have been reversed, yes. That's basically what Lassie are.
I
Felsi
guess.
summoning us to do shit for
I mean, it would be
for them.
hilarious if, like, we met one of Carbuncle's to see.
He'll believe Sarah, didn't he?
Oh my god, I just had the stupidest idea, and it would be that Carbuncles only take pets as Lassie.
Oh man, that would be amazing.
It's
Put
just
that-
like,
put that in,
woof woof, I'm a dog.
Put that in World of Final Fantasy 2.
Yeah.
God. I don't think there are any like non-violent creatures that we see in this game, which is interesting.
Anyway, here we go. Time to find out if I was right about how this game tunes snow.
Also, your fucking tweet about the Palampolam Pride Parade getting ruined by a straight dude is fitting because he rides in on two lesbians like a fucking...
Yeah.
No, don't worry, I'm friends with queer people. Here they are. I'm riding in on them.
I'll keep him busy.
But
You survive.
Here he comes!
That's some crowd. Gonna need a plan.
Since when have heroes ever needed plans?
like summoning by shooting your crystal is really dumb.
Yeah.
It's him!
Take us out!
Rush takes a long time to react there.
Yeah.
Oh, the Falsi. Yeah, what's its name? The Pulse Falsi. But yeah, there are sheep on Pulse as well.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Take care of him.
Lightning, listen to me.
Get moving.
No, you don't understand. Sarah's all right. She'll turn back.
Take care of Hope.
Wait!
Hello, Duncan
Been
XIII.
there with 3.
They're here! Hold it!
Gotta go.
Right.
So how you been?
Can I remember how to do Gestalt mode? I mean, it is a big moment for a character, but most of them aren't, narratively climactic.
Yeah. Also,
Lightning's comes out
most of the
as
things.
well, so for that matter, is Hope's.
Yeah, basically they explain it as when their will is faltering, their fucking brand will go, "Hey, what's your deal? Are you gonna be able to go through with this or not?" And summons their fucking Eidolon, and if they can eat it, they live, and if they don't, they turn into a seed.
I'm not hitting very much.
Oh, I think. God. I really like the Falsi in this game. They're all fucking weird. Like one of them is just Atomos, and it digs.
That's right, Atomos
He
is
dig.
the one that we were trying to remember the name of.
Yeah. He just dig. That's all he does. And he's just like, "You want to come along? I'm just digging."
Fucking attacks, no. This is...
You're probably better, because you don't have any actual chain potential with only one party member, so you're probably just better off commandoing.
We're gonna be here till sundown if I do that.
I mean,
no damage.
That's why Shiva is meant to clear out all of it.
Yeah, but I'm bad at summons. What I should do though... Where is it? Technique summon... Summon Shiva and actually have
Shiva!
sisters.
Yep. Marcus, what are you saying? What are you saying? Are you saying people die when they're killed? Fuck you. That's not how this game works, obviously. Also, it's related to their focus, so it's like... Yeah.
How about this?
It doesn't matter, because all of the party members, by necessity of the plot moving forward, will have, not died to their Eidolon. And I don't think you encounter anyone else who has an Eidolon and doesn't succeed.
I think it's implied one of the Seed Stones is in that sort of situation.
Seed stones are also weird because they're dead people, but they're also
Where
seeds.
have you
Yeah.
been?
So like
Take it in.
Wait, what?
the vaguest
Not by
fucking
enemies.
penalty
It was the
possible.
cavalry, not Psycho.
Also, it really amuses me
His
that
name is Rains.
the unit
He said he'd lend
is
us
called the
sea a
Cavalry.
hand.
Like,
So
they were
now,
clearly trying to set
your
up a
hero
joke,
is back.
and it
The
never quite
cavalry's
comes
here.
up.
The army
Except
help
no.
us.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
The military's got all kinds.
Your hero is
Not
back,
all
and
of them
Hope
like
is
it,
just
thanks.
staring a literal dagger into the
Don't
back of
worry.
his head.
I'll handle the
I'm
bad
gonna put it
guys.
right there.
Come on.
God, I hate snow so much.
Same.
Don't tell me about Sentinels. I don't like Sentinels. Let's see what Snow's Crystarium looks like. Oh yeah, this section where like every tier is just one node.
For people just tuning into Becky's gameplay balancing theory hour, Becky basically was testing a theory that she had that basically the game hands you as much CP as you need to max out Snow when he rejoins the playable party.
Yep.
By making sure you don't run away from anything. And I think you had to fight a couple things twice
Yeah.
because of the backtracking, but like
Yeah, it's not quite gonna
doesn't seem
come
like
off.
you're too far off.
Like, where are we? Yeah, so I'm 3 nodes short. I'm about 900 CP short of Hope being able to do no growing.
You mean Snow?
Snow, yeah, that thing.
Don't mix up that thing. Good, but yeah, they tuned this game incredibly well. It turns out it's almost like the game is built around them doing so.
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, by contrast, like Hope's nodes are more expensive, and I've got 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 nodes on Hope left to get.
Ice tracks. Is that some kind of Lassie power?
Because Hope actually grows in this chapter. The key point is this, right? If this was a Hollywood movie, this chapter would be all about Snow's growth.
Since we haven't seen him the entire
Yeah.
the plot so far after Lucy transformation. Also, sorry if I'm quiet. My nose just started bleeding,
Oh, jeez.
so I'm going to try and stop that.
Yeah. Please do. But yeah, like Snow spends the entire chapter performing variations on the theme of like heroic redemption. No, that's not what I want. There we go. And it doesn't amount to anything because his character doesn't actually change. He goes back to being the same asshole immediately afterwards, and for like 2
Bring it
games
on!
further.
Yeah, and he changes a bit in Lightning Returns, but not in any like good way. He just turns himself into a sacrifice, and then Lightning's like, "You're not getting off that easy, fuckhead."
Yeah.
How about this?
Also, I think my nose gave up on bleeding.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
On it. I don't want to bleed all over my keyboard or headset.
That would be bad.
How about this? Later. You see that? How about this?
I mean, he doesn't even stop yelling hero every 2 minutes. He's still doing that in 13 too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Hope's chapter, but it's cunningly disguised as Snow's chapter. Also, shout outs to Snow just running up a literal ramp of ice, like a 45-degree slope of pure ice.
I have to get stuff in here.
Time to switch, kiddo.
Should log into a video game and do my dailies.
That's usually how dailies work.
Yep. Also, I got up after noon today, so I'm out of it.
I mean, the guilt, like, the subject of his guilt is quite transparently Hope's mom. Like, she's the symbol that the game uses to examine that is Hope, is Snow a good person? Question.
Despite the Western audience's reaction to it, the answer is not really. I'm still baffled that of all the things to put on, like a dongle on the fucking USB cable, they put a wheel to adjust the volume balance and not a mute button. Ah! Steel Series, please.
I wish I had some fucking AoE abilities. Snow doesn't get blitzed until way late.
Time to switch, kiddo.
Yeah, he does also have guilt about the rest of Nora, and like,
It's all about teamwork. How about this? Time to switch, kiddo.
oh god, there's still 3 turrets. I should do something about that.
Try that on me. Thanks, partner.
I hate having to use Sentinel, like, even on the rare occasions where it's actually necessary for a fight, I really prefer not to be controlling the Sentinel.
Yeah. I usually position it so the Sentinel is like in the second or third slot. It helps that it's usually fucking Snow,
Yeah.
and I don't want to fucking play him.
Yeah. You may rest assured that if I'm using a Sentinel at all, it will be Fang.
think the only reason I get used to controlling Fang was because I was doing the high wind farming on the Adamantoises. It's a very specific moveset that is probably still burned into my fingers.
Marcus, you are wrong. I appreciate the spirit in which your comments are offered, but you are factually inaccurate here.
I mean, if Danganronpa's anything to go by, hope never dies. So...
Thank you, Devin. No, don't do that. That was a bad choice.
The funnier option is Vanille being a sentinel anyway. Just because weird Aussie girl with a staff taking hits for everyone. God. I love this game, but its cast is silly.
It is kind of weird that Elf is the one that gets Alexander.
Anytime.
Yeah. I like that they brought Alexander back as a summon.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm not a big fan of the lasers.
Follow my lead.
Like he doesn't look that much different, but they kind of made him like a bit more like Orsh.
Time to switch, kiddo.
Like a person.
Yeah.
And he has like a weird like power. That,
he just. Oh man, that looks weird. Yeah.
Follow my lead.
Like it's this and FF14 as two games where I prefer its depiction of Bahamut as
How about this? Time to switch,
Honestly,
kiddo.
it was weird going into Final Fantasy 15 for his depiction of Bahamut because it's very much kind of a reflection of like the D&D Bahamut, which I'm not certain that's the origin of Bahamut, and I'm not gonna say that, but like that's the most prevalent one before Final Fantasy, I think. And it's the lawful good dragon god. So basically a dragon paladin, and that's basically all you get in 15.
Follow my lead.
Who can you barely hear, Katsuri?
No problem.
Is there a volume issue, or is this something else?
Yeah, I should finish 14's Alexander sometime. It's probably easier to do it now that there's a roulette for it and people are actually going to be playing it. Because that was the issue I ran into. I think I got to maybe second to last, and just nobody was playing it.
Yeah, that's rough. I did it when it was like new content, and that was fun trying to figure out that shit. Brute Justice was amazing to try and figure out and bash her face into.
Yeah. Like I remember this kind of vividly when they announced the Alexander raid tier, and Alexander is kind of like my favorite summon of the FF series, and so that was like another bit where I was like, oh okay, I gotta really get into this game, and then I just one thing led to another, and I just didn't get into it.
Nothing to worry
Yeah.
about.
That's okay, I got in with Omega, which is fine. Like the fights are fun.
Time to switch, kiddo.
Not a big fan of the direction it's gone in. I mean, Omega himself is probably going to be a really cool fight.
Yeah.
But I just wish it had a little bit more personality than here's a bunch of cameo fights.
I mean, that's probably the best way to get the fights they're having, because like there's no way. Basically, my take on it is a lot of these things are like world level threats in other games, and kind of contextualizing them as this is the strongest shit that Omega's ever heard of from traveling across dimensions, and he wants to see how good you do, is probably the only way that they could work those in without fans getting mega pissed. And they still are going to if Sephiroth shows up and is dwarfed by Omega himself.
Just a part of Operation Nora.
Like, no joke, fucking, I have seen like 3 different Final Fantasy XIV YouTubers go, like, hey, why is Kefka here? I wanted to fight Kefka properly, but he's just like the second fucking tier boss. That's bullshit. Like,
I can understand that frustration, 'cause I was thinking about it, and it's like the way that they kind of work in like the evilly stuff is something I kind of prefer, where it's 14's version of that thing instead of just that thing directly.
yeah, but like, I fully expect that they could do Omega will be a trial afterwards, but also I expect that like they could do a 13th tier so that they get a full 4 for 7, the full 4 fights for 7, and then Omega afterward. But people are still gonna be mad because they're like, no, Sephiroth is too important, and I'm just like, stop. Also,
I mean,
with X-Death and fucking Kefka, there's no way they could contextualize those in Final Fantasy XIV, because like both of them have stories nonsensical and like world-ending enough that they just wouldn't make sense with a world that still exists and is doing fine.
I mean,
So,
they work Cloud of Darkness into it.
yeah, with the ancient broken empire that is like in lore super fucked up. So
Well,
I don't know.
that's what you do. Like
Yeah,
I
but
was
there's
kinda,
only so many ways the Elegant Empire can fucking die.
I guess that's true. But yeah, Sephiroth is better than Sephiroth, which I still have to do Sephiroth in pretty much all of those
The
trials.
Warring Triad, yeah.
The Warring Triad. I don't know, well, part of it is that like they're kind of like running out of things to like, or at least like well-known things to reference for like primals and shit. So like if like I wouldn't really blame them if they would have just gone like, oh, the primal this time is gonna be X-Step. Just shut up.
I mean,
Like,
I wouldn't blame any employee of Square Enix ever for just being just shut up in response to something that a fan said.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean that's true.
Waiting for the right moment.
I don't know, but I can understand the Kefka fans' disappointment, because you could probably work in like a weird like Kefka primal to be like a whole raid tier boss if you really wanted to. Like the tower shows up in the map and that's the location you go in to do the tiers, and you make it to the top and you fight like a big Kefka based primal. Like you could do that.
That would be awful, I think.
And yeah, I know, but I'm saying, like, if like Kefka's like your favorite FF thing, I could understand being disappointed. Like, oh, it's just dumb simulation Kefka, and it's not worked into like the.
oh, nailed it, Catsroy. Yes, please. B-stripe clowns.
Yeah, yeah. The Juggalos got their crystals together.
Oh my god, Final Fantasy XIV's Juggalos would be amazing.
I don't know. We have enough bad beast. Like, we have enough bad races. Just like Lalafels. Male Lalafels, bye. They're all evil. Just god, Chickless would be the worst.
I can
I'm
take it.
so mad at even the thought.
Time to switch, kiddo.
I am... Cause we're getting FanFest in November, and they're probably gonna hint, at, the next expansion, but also we're getting 4.4 in September, and that's moving towards some Garly and stuff.
Yeah.
If the next Beast Tribe race is Viera, people would fucking riot.
People are gonna fucking riot
that's
whatever, but like it's very, very plausible.
They're the funny people from 12, right?
Yep.
Yes. The people that everyone has wanted in the game as a playable race.
They apparently exist in 14th World.
Yeah, somewhere.
I think it was like one of the State of the Realms. They were talking about the lore of the Idarana, and they mentioned as a thing.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Yeah, like I would imagine that they want to find a way to make Viera playable.
They were thinking about making the playable Viera, but then they went with the Aura, which was an original thing, and they're more like lizards / demons than bunnies and people. And then we didn't get a new race with Stormblood because there's like no Heaven's Word was early enough that they kind of wanted to diversify the number of races they could make NPCs and stuff, but Stormblood was just like, nah, we can do fine with this, and I don't know what we're gonna get for the next expansion, but I expect a playable race, and I hope to fucking god it's good.
I think we're almost there.
People have honestly, it would be cool if we could get the Lupin as a playable race, but I don't know that they'd go through the effort of making all the gear Lupin friendly.
That's been the problem in WoW with Naga. People wanting Naga for years, but like because they don't have legs, gear is an issue.
Yeah.
I don't buy into the idea that Lupin are gonna be playable because like the ones you actually see in game look terrible. They don't look like they'd ever be a playable race at all.
Playable
they look like humans. They look like humans with like a freaking furry head. Like
yeah, that's like they would probably, if they were going to do that, they would go back and rework the existing NPCs. But also, I don't expect that they would do that because they haven't like given us NPCs of a certain thing, like a certain new playable race, like the Aura, except for big story characters like Yugiri before Heaven's Word was relevant.
Yeah.
So.
No match for Nora, right?
Like,
Snow
like
saying
I don't think
exactly
you'd run
the
into
wrong things, like 4 lines in a row. The localization on this game is
like
incredible.
He was smiling.
I don't think you'd run into too many issues, like trying to make the gear work for the Lupin, though, because like you put on a helmet, you just hide the ears.
It's me. What's
similar things they already. Okay.
No, sorry. What they should do is make Lady Aura be as enormous as male dudes in that race, because goddamn, the sexual dimorphism in that fucking race is fucked up and wrong, and I want incredibly tall Aura ladies.
Yeah, I'm still a little bummed about that.
That line's hyper encrypted.
Because I was ideally gonna make an Aura, but it's like, but they're short
Not
though.
your sister.
They're so short.
Yeah, small Aura boys would also be nice.
Yeah, just like have that's the thing. They could have had like the races that they have are just like, or like the tribes that they have are just like what color scales you want, and they could have like they could just like not do that and have a separate thing for that.
You want to start a war in the streets?
Yeah, like I was actually just talking about this with a couple of the FC people, but like
I like how
but
Rosh
if they
here
do
is
add
threatening like 10 soldiers with guns with a fucking knife. It's the most Final Fantasy thing
Yeah,
ever.
yeah,
people.
But what I said, if they do add a new race, I would actually
meet at
kind of
Hope's
hope
place.
they do like kind of like
Felix
the
Heights,
reverse
35A.
dimorphism thing they did with
Right.
the Aura.
See you there.
That way,
Tell Fang Hen.
and like the female
Take care of Hope.
versions
over it.
would like actually be like
tell you
maybe
more
even
about Sarah
taller
when
than
we meet
female Rose.
I found out she can turn back.
Not
There's still
likely,
hope.
because them fuckers get tall, and you know it.
Listen to me.
I do
It's about
I
Hope.
do know
His
this,
mother
but
was.
we could be taller.
Look,
Hope.
Final Fantasy XIV is not going to appeal to your giantess fetish.
Yelling doesn't fix it.
I'm
It's
sorry.
called interference. You can chit chat when we get there.
Where the fuck?
I've got point. You fall in behind. And see if you can't cool off that head of yours.
I'm very slowly leveling up my Dark Knight, and I'm doing my hunts every day, and because I'm also working on getting,
Right.
there are 2 emotes hidden behind fucking hunt seals, and they cost 3,000 each. And it's awful because the cap is 1,000, so you have to buy fucking tokens, and it takes ages anyway.
It's lesbians time.
Anyway, yeah, I hope in 4.4, like, maybe we meet someone via Alphano in his adventures that is like, hey, maybe this person is a different race, and the Garlean Empire has some people in it that we haven't met before.
Or you know, okay. You can correct me, but can you just make your hero a Garlean?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so this is gonna be the most boring thing ever. But what if they made Garleans the new race?
Oh, I'd fucking die. Like, the thing is, you can give your character, I think on some races, not all maybe, but like you can give your character like the Garlean third eye that Sid has.
I thought it was just like a little tattoo there.
No, like I've seen Lalafels with those things.
Oh, okay, then maybe. I was thinking that would be their direction, and they'd be like, no, they're different. They're like blood elves, kind of. Maybe.
Except there's no Horde or Alliance, so it's just another human race.
I know, but
Yeah,
I don't know. They just make them cures with different facial features.
I don't think you can.
Suck.
Yeah, it would. I don't think you can. I don't think Makote are actually in the Garlean Empire now that I think about it. It's such a lawless place, they don't even have cat girls. How fucking shameful. Like, I've definitely never seen a Makote Garlean soldier, let alone one with the third eye.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird thinking about how definitely like racist the Garlean Empire is, and it's just kind of unremarked upon because that's not a thing to comment on in the writing of this game, I guess.
I mean, we're probably going to see a lot of it in the expansion when we actually go there.
Yeah, I can't wait for a cutscene of Alphino going, wow, this is sure all humans. I feel weird with my ears here. Elf boy that I am. God, I want more story. I don't want to wait for the next patch.
Bring it on.
consider changing my Final Fantasy XIV character's race. If it's a new race, when we get one, because it's a matter of if, not or it's a matter of if. I wish it was when, but like one of these days we'll probably get one, but maybe only when the game's dying and they need a revitalization effort. Dude, if it's, I'll think about it. If it's either a Viera or just very tall, which would fit Viera, so.
Viera would be very interesting.
Yeah, even though it's the most basic motherfucker move. Because, like, you know, the toss-up between cat girl and bunny girl wife for fucking straight dudes. Holy shit.
Like, as much as I kind of like my female row, they are a bit kind of just like stretched out big person.
Yeah.
Like the males kind of get like a little bit more different with their body shape and whatnot, but that's not reflected in the female.
Yeah.
Of course. And I do kind of like that I'm, you know, like I very rarely end up seeing other female rows.
Yeah, but on at some point it's just like, wow, fucking the players of this game know exactly what they want, and it's very boring. Like
Yeah.
I've like last week I think I saw another dark-skinned cat girl, and I was just like, holy shit! I found fucking the second coming of dark-skinned cat girls because that's how rare they are. God. No appreciation.
Don't get predictable. Time for a change.
Double commando picking on a single human enemy is a bit much.
Look, all of these issues in 14 would be resolved if they would just allow you to be any beast tribe, and if the gear just doesn't fit, you don't get to use it. You have to make up stats some other way.
Who are you?
God.
Which they never ever do. But
Where do I start?
Yeah, because to be fair, if you're playing a fucking Ananta and you can't wear shoes, shoes are a lot of stats.
Same as you.
They're like
No.
one. They're like a
Difference being-
fifth of your solid right side.
Yeah.
I wasn't born on Cocoon. I'm from Grand Pulse. The world below you all hate so much. My partner and I turned to crystal there and gone to sleep.
Unfortunately,
But when
14
we came
wants to
around,
be too much
here
of
we
a
were.
video game to be straight up a
The
sandbox
reason
MMO.
Cocoon's in such an uproar is the same
It's
reason
super
you're
not
here
a
now.
sandbox MMO
When
anyway.
you and I
Yeah,
woke
yeah.
up.
No, what I was kind of specifically referencing is the way Star Wars Galaxies would do it. You can be a slug person if you want. Can't wear helmets though.
God.
Don't have a head.
Well, they do. It just the Ithorian's head shape doesn't. Like I think they have like Ithorian specific. If I
It's not just
remember
after the
correctly.
sea.
And there's other things like the lizard people can't wear shoes because their feet are big.
Can't take the blame for that.
There's something weird with that. They have like big feet.
We can still save them.
That's incredibly stupid. And on one hand, amazing, but also that sounds like a chore.
That game was amazing in a lot of ways that just no other game is ever going to, or at least
choice, I guess.
not a
Try
lot
to
of
save
games are
everyone.
going to be anymore, because to get like a actual active and
You with me on
alive
this?
player base, you
Just need
actually
to
have
look
to
out for
make a good
yourself.
video game and not just concede everything for sandbox and RP stuff.
Oh right, the Monster Hunter World USA Championship is going on right now.
I have yet to watch any of that stuff. Like, I'm assuming it's just time attacks, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But also it's sponsored, so they're not gonna complain. Although they did apparently pick a really bad presenter who is not familiar with the game at all.
Oh,
So whatever. And they have like the producers from Capcom there, so it's just like you could have done better.
What the fuck am I missing in Sentinel? Got every other 15451, 14534, 16634. Where?
Is it at the very start?
Yeah, I mean, there was something at the very start of. Yeah, it is too. Fucking video games.
You did just kind of rush forward.
Well, like it's so you start. I think the first. I think that's the node you start at. Is this random HP plus 260, and French Ward is below it.
God.
But yeah, so that's now. Snow has just completed his Crystarium. Like, totally. For what's available.
For this phase, yeah.
Meanwhile, Hope has. Let's see. Got all the abilities, what else do I want?
Right, I'm fighting Crag Claws.
That's 3 there, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, Hope's got 15 by 5 is about 75. Yeah, Hope needs about 7,000 CP more.
Here goes nothing.
Citizens, a state of emergency has been declared. Sanctum military operations will be commencing within this area momentarily.
Camera, what are you doing?
For your own safety, a mandatory citywide evacuation has been ordered. Please remain
Well, that must be supposed to be
directed by security force personnel. Should you witness any suspicious activity, please alert the nearest
Wrapped up and ready. Time to switch, kiddo.
God, the Snow's fucking commando attacks are so badly animated as well. It's so easy for them to whiff. I don't know if that's deliberate or they just want to make you in the misery to play.
I mean, it's probably deliberate in that they want him to act like a dude who doesn't know how to fight and fucking thinks he's a hero.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely do a read on it. It might be being charitable.
Yeah, probably. They want him to think he's a hero in his animations. Whether that's a positive or negative is where the charity comes in, I think.
Well, it's whether it's deliberate
Certainly
or
big.
accident.
I mean, both.
It's all about teamwork. How about this?
It's also actually part of it is a function of how these guys are animated. Which,
Yeah.
like, whenever this game does an intersection
Just
like
too
that,
easy.
that's kind of where I think, oh, maybe this was deliberate. It's like, we're deploying
Yeah.
Snow in this section that is all about him being a useless fuckwit, and putting him with enemies that there's a known problem with whiffing on. Like, that's a plausible read.
Yeah, also, like... A dude with no weapons trying to punch people that have batons and guns is just like, yeah, this is how that play out. They'd fucking step out of the way. Like,
Especially
what the
with
fuck
them
do you
being,
think is
like,
gonna happen?
big, flashy, like, two-hand punch type things. Also,
Yeah,
the camera got
it's
really
they're all
fucking
haymakers.
used
Nothing to
there.
worry about.
Whoa! Whoa! It turned upside down for a second. That was incredible. Okay, yeah, this way. Oh boy. I feel like I'm gonna spend the next month like rubbing my hands together in anticipation of Monster Hunter with you. That's gonna be a thing.
I'm going to spend most of this month fretting about travel, because I've got, like, 2 trips and then maybe another one at the start of September. Because my life is nonsense right now.
Yeah, but at least you're doing cool stuff with travel and not like
Yeah,
a bunch of
like,
nonsense.
it's interesting
These
events.
people
I'm
wanna
looking
kill
forward
us,
to the
don't
events
they?
themselves. It's just, I don't want to travel.
Nothing to worry about.
I wonder if, on the principle that I skipped the encounters you're narratively supposed to sneak past at the start, I should be taking the opportunity to sneak past these.
Snow would be the type to run around and just punch everyone,
Yeah,
even if he doesn't need to. And also, you need the CP eventually, so
yeah. Definitely don't
Might
want
as well
rock
get
up
it.
short to subjugate it.
Time to switch, kiddo.
subjugator or like any point further on where like you might need to run back and do some shit instead of just moving forward.
Also, this is like one of the best places in the game to get money, because things drop credit chips and incentive chips.
Citizens, a state of
Yeah, this and
declared.
Hope's House.
Hope's House,
Or, alright.
Palomisia.
Commencing within this area momentarily.
And of course, there's the legendary perfume grind,
Yes.
For your own safety, a mandatory citywide
which I honestly, if I'm gonna leave a file to maybe do platinum set up for, I might do the perfume grind as well as the lattice grind. Oh, congrats, Arne. How much is that going for on my server? Probably still like 1.6 mil. Yeah, 2 mil. Whoops.
Yeah, like the NPCs here are clearly creating a mood, right?
How about this?
But this section is a fairly effective, like, the rich are complacent
No
fuckwits
problem.
meta-narrative.
Dang. But it's still more than I'm willing to pay for a hairstyle, to be fair. No, I missed a 10k mini jackpot.
How about this?
I goofed it.
Hope's outfit being
More
basically the
money.
same colour as the soldiers is quite annoying. getting
Yeah.
disoriented. And the actual carbuncle doll.
Not good.
Oh, it's adorable.
Is there a problem? Now why don't you just calm down?
This is the dumbest thing Hope and Snow does in the game. And why do I keep getting Hope and Snow confused?
I've got you.
I am a Pulse machine! I'm here to kill you all!
What are you doing?
Clearing the air. They'll open fire on a crowd. Doesn't matter who dies. Just wipe them all out.
Right.
So many of them.
Other trooper
They really
fuckers. Aerial snipers.
It's me you want!
Should have gone for fucking. Not Susan. Why did you change target? Why did you change target, you piece of shit?
How about this? Oh, follow my lead.
To professional work this week before it resets.
Thanks, partner. Time to switch, kiddo. It's all about teamwork. Thanks, Hope.
Right, this paradigm deck has some issues.
It's me you want! How about this?
My dogs are being rude.
I can take it.
Oh shit, Hope fucking died again. Get up.
Thanks, partner. Time to switch, kiddo.
That was an extremely
That's
bad
what
fight.
I'm talking about.
God damn. Reason is that I have two dual casting paradigms I'm not using, and
Yeah.
no War and Peace.
Jetpack dudes are only bad when they're like 5+.
Nah, like at this stage, 3 is too many.
Well, yeah, well, like with a full party in them, but like if they outnumber you, yes, but
that was 3, and I went in without a good stagger maintenance while healing paradigm. When my healing paradigm was send med.
It's all about teamwork.
Com med, really.
Thanks, Hope.
I thought I was fucking spamming the rocket volley.
well, you won, so.
Yep. It's weird, the first fight is 3 of them, but then 3 spawn in at once, but they're 2 separate encounters. Also, this guy will not aggro. Get over here! Hello? There we go.
Yeah, he just does loops until he notices you. It's extremely stupid. Watching the speedrun is a masterclass in finding ways to fuck up the AI or just walk past things. And that dude is just a free, not a thing you have to fight.
Stop with the fucking rocket volleys, Jesus.
Let's see what you got.
I'm gonna go get a refill on my coffee because I just realized I never did that, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey. You okay?
Leave her alone!
Save the girl.
Call the army!
Don't you touch her!
Protect Cocoon!
It's okay! You're okay now!
This is our town. Get out of here.
Oh, great.
You better run with sea scum. No mercy. We can take them. Why do you have to
This is such a good illustration of how useless, like, snow is in this situation. Also, this would be a really stupid thing to do.
Help us!
magic. We don't stand a chance. We can't fight that.
People made such a fuss about seeing the stitches on, like, Mario's top, but you can see the
Time to go.
knitting on Hope's shawl just fine. Well, I think, to be fair, Sanai, like, they're not really looking for a fight, they're looking for safety. The
Gotta stay ahead of them.
civilians, I mean.
We walk from here.
It's the rooftop section.
Welcome to the best part of Final Fantasy 13.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, the guy who does Lloyd Irving's voice is in a few things.
It's one of those fucking
Fair enough, Sarnai. Also, we got half the cup of coffee I expected because my mom got up and stole the rest of the pot. Ugh.
Felix Heights is that way, right?
Speaking of Lloyd Irving's voice actor, apparently Teen Titans is getting a full reboot, or like it's returning. Apparently there was a teaser at the end of the Teen Titans Go movie, and people are losing their shit. This is relevant because Lloyd Irving voices Robin.
Yeah, well, the Sea don't have family.
Hey, listen to me, kid. I'm an orphan.
I feel like I would have
barely
been
got to
more
know my
excited
family.
for that if it came
But
out like
someday,
a while ago.
I'm gonna have my
and now
own.
I'm just like,
Once I
eh.
save Sarah and
Yeah.
protect Cocoon.
Revival,
Yeah,
that was the word I
how
was looking
exactly?
for. Teen Titans Revival. But yeah,
Question.
I get it.
Like there was a
I
lot
wanna
of
do what's right,
people
but
making a
everyone
big
hates
deal
Lassie.
about it before,
Kinda
and
hard to
then
help
that
someone
ended
that's
up
trying to kill you.
Go, which
It'll be tough,
people infamously kind of hate,
but
and
everything will
it's
work
not
out
like
in the
the
end.
actual
As
proper
long
show.
as we stay together and hold on to
spin-off.
hope.
We don't have any.
Yep.
And I don't know. I think it's fine. Kids seem to like it.
Yep.
I mean, it's popular enough to get like a major like theatrical
Well, the Sea's
release.
only hope is
Yeah.
a quick death.
I don't know. I think it's a lot of like fans who used to be the target demographic being mad that they're not anymore.
I don't even think Snow's
There's
attempting
that.
dad jokes there, you know, Cat. Sorry, it's like he's just being terrible. This fucking right. It's this.
How about this? It's all about teamwork. Thanks. How about this? Oh, follow my lead.
Also, to be fair, the military does not need a lot of prompting to destroy public property with or without the dad jokes.
I can take it. Time to switch, kiddo.
It's pretty good.
Stop. All these coffers are mimics, motherfucker.
It's all about teamwork. How about
So you
this?
charge a fucking machine gun now, you bastard. Sorry, Catman gun. This is an incredibly strong soundtrack.
Yep.
Yeah, it's my my second favorite in the series, next to 14.
Yeah, 14. I sometimes I don't do this a lot, but because I do like to have other music on in the background, but sometimes I'll just like chill out while I'm doing stuff and have music, the game music on, and it's so peaceful. And also, all the boss soundtracks are really silly, and I love them.
It's kind of the opposite of what I tend to hear from people about 13, where like it kind like whenever when I hear about it, kind of had a similar discourse to Nier. It's like, oh, that game's bad, but
Music's
soundtrack is really really good.
These fucking aerial snipers are the dumbest shit. Look, I'm right here, my dudes.
I'll take care of this.
Also,
No?
if we have you been to the casino, or is that after
It's
this?
after this.
Yeah. Also, the best Chocobo theme is in 13-2, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teamwork. How about this?
I'm sorry for the hard truth.
I mean, I'm gonna be streaming 32 at some point. That is going to happen.
Yeah. Also, I've decided that I'm going to stream Neo as well as The Witcher, so I'll be playing 2 white dudes with white hair swordsman games with fucking in, I don't know, in tandem. Like, that's gonna be a thing.
I don't feel that there's likely to be much confusion between the two.
Yeah, I mean, one of them will be good.
One of them's in Soul Calibur.
And the other one is based on a historical figure instead of the fucking the ramblings of an old Polish man.
I mean, I say that, but for all I know, Neo guy, whatever his name is, well, I doubt he's popular enough to end up DLC for that game.
Yeah, I forget what his fucking name is. I know it's William, but I don't there's a fucking an actual William Adams. That's the one. What a boring name. What a boring name for an incredibly not boring man.
Follow my lead.
Or wait, no, maybe he'd be more likely to show up in DOA 6.
Oh my god, you're right, it is the same. It's fucking, what, Team Ninja?
Yeah.
Is that the one?
I mean, they already have Ryu Hayabusa there.
It's all about teamwork.
Why not?
Yeah. Wow, and they are making Neo too. Oh man.
How about this?
I was watching some like stuff I knew, but which I knew. Yeah, someday, Sarnai.
It's not that far off.
It's 2019.
Which sadly is not
They
that
did
far off.
delay it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It'll probably come out like in like the spring.
I
Maybe,
expect like
winter.
January or February. Yeah. But yeah, like, I
hopefully
was,
not January or February, because I'll be busy with Kingdom Hearts at the end of January at least.
yeah, and I don't know if Bandai is that like, yeah, God Eater 3 from the same people is also happening. Yeah, I like Neo is. I was saying before I got sidetracked by conversation. Neo is a lot. I was watching like some stuff on like things I wish I knew before starting Neo, like that sort of shit on YouTube. Because there's always just like, wow, basic tips and a bunch of stuff and how the game fucking works. And those are good videos to watch. And it's only vaguely like Dark Souls in like the thing, the whole kind of difficulty aesthetic, which is a term I'm going to regret saying at some point, but also it's the only thing I can fucking describe it as like when people go, "Oh, it's like Dark Souls." They're talking about the aesthetic of its proposed difficulty. We had a fucking discussion on difficulty yesterday. Or that's a thing that'll happen. But yeah, like that game has a lot of fucking systems in it that Dark Souls just doesn't. Like there's skill trees, and also ninjutsu and onmyoji magic are viable strategies instead of just like, nope, you get to play a melee class and sometimes you get ranged weapons that are not crap. So it's just like, this is going to be interesting to learn. Also, the game starts and you're in a London prison, but you get a sword and you run like you're holding a fucking katana the entire time, because you get like Western weapons and a fucking bowler hat. But it's just like, no, this is a Japanese game. You're going to Japan. You better fucking. They're not going to make a different set of animations.
Oh, this encounter is going to suck.
Oh man, I forgot about the fucking catwalk. Walkway encounters. Oh.
No, all I played of Neo was when the demo was available. For a while.
Yeah. I like that was when it kind of piqued my interest. But then I didn't have a PS4, and by the time I did have a PS4, the PC version was out, and I just wanted to wait on that. So I got that, and I have that.
It looked like it played a lot more interesting than Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Stance system, stuff like that sounds really interesting.
The stance system and also like the equipment system is more
No, that's wrong.
kind of Diablo-ish.
Yeah.
Like where it'll have a lot of different loot drops that you can then pick between secondary like bonuses on, and like you can just reforge stuff. And they also have a system where you can make your weapons look like any other weapon you've picked up for like a nominal fee.
That's good.
So like if you, and also, you can pay money to have fucking, so like all the gear has like levels, but you can pay the blacksmith to basically imbue the higher level of something into the lower level of an item, and it'll scale the stats accordingly. And I'm very happy about that, because that always pisses me off when I can't do that. It's just like, no, this fucking 15 levels ago weapon is so good, but I need stats. Yeah. There's a number of systems that make me happy from hearing about in videos like that, and I want to get into it. I also watched a dude with a build extremely specifically tailored to hit the fucking damage cap. He literally hit 1 million damage, and
Wow.
with a single katana slash, and it's just like, Jesus, like he one-shot a boss. And like the fact that you have to like actually, because like you can do that in Dark Souls, but it's like the game is super not built around making that a theoretical thing, I guess, is like the thing. But like, I don't know, Neo isn't either. Yeah, there are different ways of breaking the game. God. I'm also thinking about how I'm gonna engage with you doing Monster Hunter, because I don't want to just come in with my endgame shit, but also trying to run a new game with you is annoying because of how the cutscenes work. Because basically, you need to watch a cutscene before anyone can come in
Right.
to the quest. And I have to watch a cutscene for that quest before I can join other people in that quest. So basically, we both have to, if we wanted to do that, we'd have to each go into our own instance of the same quest, both watch the cutscene, and then decide on who was going to be the host for the quest. And it would eventually, like, would record completion for both of us, but that's still a lot of fucking effort.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter used to not do that. Yet
Yeah,
you would have to clear a quest for every single member of the group.
Yep.
I think I'd actually personally recommend doing most like the story progression quests solo anyway.
Yeah.
Because I would think that like you'd probably want to do a little bit of soloing. That way you can like actually learn how to play the game and not just get carried to the end.
And I want to get carried to the end. I'm bad at video games.
I mean, you wouldn't get the experience. Though.
I'm not gonna get the experience anyway.
I mean, yeah, you are. It's not like Sarnai and I aren't going to just destroy everything for you. And the experience is as much hunting the monsters as taking their corpses to make weapons.
I don't know. We'll have to see how that'll work.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that a bit. Like, the one we're definitely gonna want to fucking help you out on is fucking any Zora Magdaros shit. Because those are not balanced. Like, the end of low rank is not balanced for one person.
Follow my lead.
Right now, I'm basically waiting on Patreon money. Sarnai, please. Please be nice.
How about this?
But yeah, like, I'm just waiting for Patreon money to come through, and then I'm gonna buy a year of PS Plus and be done with worrying about that shit for a year.
Time to switch, kiddo.
Oh yeah, when if she makes it all the way through high rank, she'll get to deal with both Pickle and B-52.
Yep.
That's something that we didn't have the pleasure of dealing with originally.
Yeah. Oof. Although you do have to, like, prompt the Pickle. It's not just there out of nowhere.
Okay.
I think? Like, you have to do the special investigation or talk to some people in order to make it show up. Like, 99% sure.
Okay. I guess that would make sense. I still really like the way Pickle is originally introduced. Is that in Monster Hunter 3, there's a monster that will that'll mimic cries of other monsters, and that'll summon them to come and like attack you. And the way Pickle is introduced in Monster Hunter 3 is an early high rank quest where you fight that stupid mimic monster.
Caller, yeah.
Yeah, it calls in Pickle, and Pickle will just destroy you. Because Pickle's like obviously high end rank.
Yeah.
The end of high rank.
Unfortunately, Sarnai, I think Behemoth is classified as an Elder Dragon. I think that the scout flies were seen as being blue.
You also have to be HR 16, which is basically beating the game.
Yeah.
How about this? How about this?
That kind of reminds me, I was thinking about how kind of stupid the crossover is at like actually getting people to play both games, because there's a lot of work you have to do on either side to play the other game to get to those fights.
Yep, that's why they announced it fairly far out, and we're like, hey, you need to be like done with the game for the 14 side, and you need to be fucking ready to rumble for the Monster Hunter side.
Right, it's
Well,
blowing snow for building
I
time.
wanted to ask you something.
What's that?
Yeah.
You say
Yay.
you want a family.
Well, like I only just got caught up, at least for the
What if they were
requirements
taken from
for
me?
Extreme,
Well then,
Yeah.
like just
take 'em
yesterday.
back.
And what if
I
you
mean, to
could-
be fair, for Rathalos
What if
normal,
you knew who was to blame?
it's
Well, then there'd be
only
trouble.
320, which is like super easy to do nowadays. And also, both of them are going to be permanent. So it's
Hit
kind
in
of
the
like
head or something,
not
or-
a huge deal that they're making people work for it, I think.
Oh yeah, I have to fight this guy first.
Because
Guess we'll have to talk about this later.
Behemoth is just the title update.
Don't just stand there.
Oh, wait!
Oh, fucking... Is it the... Oh, I know there's a second fight where it just puts Hope in the lead instead, and your entire fucking deck is fucked up because of it.
How about this?
Actually, it's punishments.
Right.
Oh boy,
Time to
this
switch,
fight.
kiddo.
I'm off to a very bad start.
I definitely remember this fight taking me a very long
I mean, you
time.
fight this guy 4 times. You're technically fine.
I mean, yeah, but like this specific fight, because like I didn't really quite understand any of the mechanics that well.
It's all about teamwork.
Oh!
How about this? How about this? How about this? Hope, follow my lead. Time to switch, kiddo.
Yeah, it's been annoying playing Monster Hunter World without PS Plus, because every time Kulturoth comes back, I just go, fuck, I want to fight that thing, but I'm basically not allowed
Quite
to be
good,
useful.
one stagger.
Rip.
That's alright. Should get it without having to go back into it. Defensive builds. Yes! I am happy with that.
Five star.
Oh, yeah.
I
If you need
do
to take a
hope we
break,
get like
why don't we do it over
another
there?
kind of like I
Sheep.
forget what they call the exact game
Yeah.
mode it is, but like the kind of raid
I'm
style
not thirsty.
monster
Okay.
fight and world, because like as much as I like
Well, don't
Kulturoth,
wanna
it's like
waste it.
could be like maybe another one.
Yeah, I would like another siege monster as well.
Mommy? Mommy?
Baby Hope! That they don't have a model for, so they can't include him in the cutscene.
I can't. Snow? What do you plan to do?
And they can excuse it by going, well, it's from his perspective because it's his memory.
Protect Cocoon and have myself a big, happy family. Still, it's a long road ahead. Or maybe not so long.
He has a nerdy fucking
Whatever happens,
existence.
things will work themselves out. Even if you're Lassie, you gotta keep fighting.
And what if that gets people around you involved?
What?
What happens when your actions end up ruining someone's life? What if someone dies? What then, Snow? How do you pay for what you've done?
I can't! Alright? There is nothing that can make something like that right again. When someone's dead, when someone's gone, words are useless.
So that's it? People die and you just run away?
I know! It's all my fault.
The level to which Snow doesn't understand in this scene
What do you
the
say?
things that he's claiming to understand is kind of incredible.
All I can do is go forward. Keep fighting and surviving until I find the answers I need.
There are no answers! You're running from what you deserve!
Why don't you tell me what I deserve?
The same fate!
Wow.
Pow!
It's a good moment. It's maybe
Nora Estine.
a better moment than the punch.
She was my mother. And she died because of you!
You're the one she meant.
Convenient missile strike.
Oh!
Physics! It's a good job Lucia indestructible.
Yep.
When we came out of crystal stasis, we didn't remember our focus or what we'd done. All we could do was wander Cocoon, looking for what we'd lost.
Let's give up. Forget our focus. We don't need it.
We don't need it? Look, if we don't figure it out and pull it off, you're gonna be a Seath.
It's just making a kid that young, Alice.
That's true, actually, Cass.
Yeah, it's unfair. But guess what? We grin and bear it like good Lassie, or the fancy starts making...
It's unfortunate that Snow is indestructible separate from being a
Yeah.
Lassie.
It doesn't matter what our focus is.
I guess that
We
means you
do
can keep
it,
punching
whether
him.
we like it or not.
But
Say we call it
Oh
quits.
no.
You think
I
these
just-
people will let us go?
A special
They'll
Basil
push us in
Goose
the street.
gem hunt with fucking the
Listen,
director just got promoted on
what we gotta
fucking
do.
Monster Hunter
Get
Twitter
ourselves
well,
off
as
this
part of the
filthy
USA
road
thing.
as fast as we
Fucking
Fang,
hunting
You
for a
get out of
gem
here
as part of a the streamed event seems like a bad idea. That's just me.
Don't you worry.
Unless they rig some shit.
I'll come and find you, no matter where you go.
I mean, if it's like if it's a what's
Like a special
It-
quest.
that or an investigation with like a lot of like gold slots,
This is the slowest
probably
elevated
wouldn't
door in
take
history.
that.
Yeah, they could probably also, like, their Monster Hunter, they could probably have, like, a special investigation that if you, that's just our race to a finish, and getting the investigation or the quest would
Your fight's right
hit you with a gem, which would be a cool thing to have once in a while, that would break open the balance of the game, actually, but whatever.
I don't know. I just gem hunting is less of a problem in the world, I feel, because the investigation system. Like I usually get it in like a handful of tries.
Also, because they changed it so kills and captures get the same rarity for a lot of, for
Yep.
gems and stuff,
Yeah.
which is
We didn't
nice.
do our job right.
I'm
That's why it made her a
looking
Lassie.
forward / not looking forward to
Sorry.
going back to Generations Ultimate with all the weird changes that happened in the world for the better. It's not going to be for a while anyway because I don't have the money for it, but
You sure better hope so. But whether we're square, that's up to Sarah.
No, unfortunately,
You sound exactly
that's
like Snow.
the start of the Hell month because
And he didn't hit me.
I also want to
He
buy
already knows this?
Yakuza
Wow.
Kiwami 2, which comes out the same day, but that's gonna have
That's
to
a
wait,
load off.
unfortunately.
Glad I apologized.
Yep.
You apologized so you'd feel better?
And then, of course,
Yes, sir.
early September,
How about you?
freaking
Feel any better now that you
Dragon
hit me?
Quest and the Spider-Man game, which actually looks really good.
It didn't change anything.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing a Dragon Quest. Like, just in the modern
Tell
era,
that to
that's
my
cool.
jaw.
I wish the
Felix
game
Heights
had
is a
more
Still-
Fang lightning scenes.
Still a ways before we get to Hope's place.
Better pick it up.
We'll head through that gate.
Right.
I wish Fang was just generally in the game
Yeah,
more, 'cause,
she's underutilized.
she,
You know about this.
She also
Yeah.
gets kind of shafted in the sequels because she's a crystal pillar and then a weird shadow hunter that you only really encounter at the end of the chapter.
yeah.
But that's the fate of a gay lady.
Yep. Those are all 450. Those are all 450. Include an accessory.
Okay, that's not gonna be enough. I should go do some feats to get some shit. Um,
Two 10-1. Same other way. It's 2 magics and a strength. What's up here? That's all. So 84.1. Apparently loads of strength on here. Yes.
Let's make this quick. You're nothing! Follow my lead!
Oh, it's just like oh wow, they go down really quickly now.
yep.
That would be the double com thing at
I
work.
think they're ready to sacrifice the city if that's what it takes to catch us.
Ah, flood that one. Still got 5 stars, but flubbed it.
To be fair, that's both a stunning statement on how the game expects people to play and how much you understand the battle system.
Maybe.
Because, dang. If that, like, this game's rating system is definitely, like...
One of its less well-developed features, shall we say.
Yeah, also, like, it really expects people to not get it. Which, fair enough, a lot of people didn't for a long time. And still don't. But... Oof. Oh, I just realized I could watch the Final Fantasy 15 speedrun without worrying about spoilers. Like the fact that there are 3 extra bosses. If I had that spoiled for me, I would have stopped playing.
Right. Chunky boy time. I always forget there are yellow behemoths in this. Like one run.
Yeah, because they're coded with the color coded with their fucking squad. Because they're basically a canine unit. A very big canine. He's a big chunky boy. I really hope, like a lot of people are saying that Behemoth, since they had to work on a new skeletal structure for it, they could probably port Zenokra to World fairly easily now. And I hope that's true, because I want more monsters in World.
Good.
Oh, is this one of the ones that stands up at some
I
point?
don't think so. It might be the last one that doesn't.
Because it's my favorite part of Behemoth, is just like... I'm taking off the weighted fucking
Oh, no,
cuffs
he's standing
and
up.
standing up
Here we
to
go.
fight you. Oh, yeah! It's the big boy! Big boy is standing
He doesn't
up.
heal when he stands up though, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Just clears the chain.
Which is a pain as well. But...
Also, fucking haste himself.
Yep. And got rid of slow.
Watch out for that. Stop sundering lightning. That joke sounded cleverer when I said it than what I planned.
Yep.
Okay, let's get Snow on the line. Ah, damn thing's still jammed. He can take care of himself.
We'll just have to believe that. Hey, Fang.
Hmm?
The others are safe, right? If any of us got caught, they'd make an announcement.
Yeah, they would. They'd have to let everyone know that the big badless sea can't hurt them no more. These Cocoon people, bunch of cowards and blowhards.
These Cocoon people have spent centuries under Foul Sea law, in constant fear of a Pulse invasion. If it weren't for Sarah, I'd have been out there too, hunting l'Cie. Would have been nothing but targets to me.
Well, Grand Pulse is just as twisted. Cocoon's a floating nest of vipers, ready to strike. Or so I thought.
So, you became a Lassie to fight the Vipers. And destroying the nest is your...
Do you think it's more
I mean,
fucked up to live in a
Vipers now.
society where you can see like a separate world below you
Until we woke up
and
here.
kind of know, oh, that's full of
You've been in
people and they
crystal
probably
stasis.
want to hurt me, or
Which means
see like
you
be on a
must
planet
have
and
completed
look
our
up at like
first
a
purpose.
moon hanging in your sky and going, that's full of people that definitely want to kill me.
Why can't I
Because I
remember
think
that
both
part?
societies are kind of fucked up
I think probably
by having the
Childhood's
other there.
clear as day.
most of it averages out, but
But the
Cocoon, you have
one
the added
thing
fear
I
of
need-
heights issue.
It's just gone.
And also, well, like, Cocoon is also kind of a Dyson sphere,
Blank.
Yeah.
so it's kind of like contained and they don't see it.
Page.
I mean, which is like, they know Pulse is
I
out
reach
there,
for the memory,
but
and
Pulse is
nothing
just like,
stays.
that's Cocoon! It's full of angry people who want to
So
kill
where do
us!
stop?
Like, which is surreal to think about,
You and me?
and like,
We lost
they don't
our
go into
past.
it because it's not
Get
relevant,
focused.
but like, how
And
fucked
now-
up is that?
You want to find them?
If two planets were on the
Pulse
moon and
Lassie.
one killed the other with a rock, would that be fucked up or what?
Oh man,
Pulse and
that's a
Cocoon can
deep
rot
pull.
For all I care. If I don't figure out
That
a
is,
focus soon,
that's where my brain was at. Was just like,
Neil's
this is
gonna
a
be a
stupid
secret.
question, but would that be fucked up or what?
I'll tear down the sky if it'll save her.
More soldiers.
Left yourself open.
It's worth remembering that double commando is an option. That
Yep,
will
if you
not
just wanna
work
finish it.
for this encounter.
Residential.
Not our lucky days.
You're about to get Team Rocket blasted off again.
Don't get predictable.
Oh yeah, so I remade my joining you file on Monster Hunter, and I tried to rush through the intro as fast as possible, and I still ended up taking 38 minutes.
Change of plans.
Unskippable cutscenes suck.
Don't get predictable. Change of plans.
doesn't play itself, but it is possible to take your hands off the controller long enough to blow your nose. And still get 5 stars in a
Yeah.
fight.
Load times, please. Oh my god. Fucking Monster
Oh
Hunter
man,
takes so long
I'd
to
forgotten how
load.
good that ability was. Attack ATB
What?
charge. It's gonna cost me. It's a lot of lost strength though. It's like
Yeah. 30 points, that's a lot.
but it would actually slightly balance out the desynchronization issue. I'm gonna go for it.
Honestly, one of my favorite things about this game's equipment system is that like every character can upgrade any of their base weapons to their ultimate
Yeah.
weapon, and it gives them different properties, and it's a giant pain in the ass to figure out which one you want, especially without guide, but it's definitely also it's a giant pain in the ass to fucking get the resources to do that 6 times over if you want to find out which fucking ones. But yeah, it's
It's a cool
It-
idea.
it's just like, yeah. There's also usually a very obvious best choice, but
Hey, Lightning.
Call me Light.
Did you see Vanille's brand?
No.
No, huh?
oh shit. The director of Monster Hunter World is about to take on the Throne Taker
Wanna know how
quest.
long until
Holy
it's Steel
shit.
City? Just look at your brand.
I'm
one's
gonna
that?
watch. That's the fucking
You start with
Nergigante,
the
Teostra,
arrows.
and Lunastra.
And then finally an eye.
Oh,
Once it opens all the way,
That's
You're
that's the one
Let's
that's
have a
up
look.
this week. Tempered Nerg, Luna,
Don't
and
be shy.
Teo in one go.
nowhere
And he's
near.
doing it with fucking
got
stream
time.
viewers.
Still,
Fun.
you never
Oh,
know.
that's terrifying.
Some people
I can't even do that one because it's
Doesn't take so long.
HR 50 and I haven't beat Temper and
you get a
Carried
nasty
yet.
shock. It can speed up the process. Vanille's brand must be pretty far along by now. I gotta save her and get
That's
her home.
horrifying.
To Pulse, you mean?
To Grand Pulse. I hear that the Sanctum
I
prevents
can have that
people
in a
from
separate
leaving.
window so I
Cocoon.
can. I'm not fond of
I'd
a
like to
thing
see
that
him try
Chrome
and stop
did.
me.
No, I
See,
haven't fought
that's your
Lunastra
plan.
yet, and
Wish I had one.
I'm scared, Sarnai.
Without
I'm
Sarah,
scared.
Without a future, there's nothing to plan for. There's no way.
Sorry,
out of
it's
this
like
mess.
Teostra was
No
a
way to
big
fight.
fucking sticking point for me, and I got over my horrific
Stop
justified
trading
fear
blows
of fighting
with the
Teostra
Sanctum.
to get the
That's no
Dante
plan.
set. But
Even if we
Lunastra
topple
is
the
that
government,
and then some,
Where's that leave us?
and I haven't gone on the special
With nothing to
investigation
fight
for all
for.
that.
I'm almost
Uh.
dead.
I've yet to
My
fight
sister.
Lunastra, but that's mostly because I haven't
You've
I haven't
got
put the
plenty to
disc
fight for.
back into my
Think about it.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
Don't you want to
that's the
see
only
Sarah
thing.
after she wakes up?
Sarnai,
Your
that's
future right
terrifying.
there.
I knew that,
All
but
you
it's
gotta
still
do
terrifying.
is survive.
That's the scariest part about one of the big changes to World
Right.
is that monsters
Yeah.
interact, Becky. And that means Elder Dragon superpowers can interact. It's awful.
And back to Snow, in the best state he's ever been in, briefly, and then he sits up.
And somehow only got gut pain from falling off a cliff.
Hey, Hope!
Hope somehow still
I was
has
gonna
Lightning's
complain about-
knife as well.
I mean, he was holding onto it real tight. Yeah, there is an HR 999 in this Monster Hunter stream, and they're using Hunter
That's
Horn
right.
like a fucking champ.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh no, wait, the knife does drop. That's right. It's just lying on the floor.
It's amazing it didn't go flying like way farther. I mean, to be fair, Sarnai, a lot of HR like 200 plus players just like spam the HR boosting quests when they're available.
Yeah, I'm only like HR like 70, I think. And I have like nearly 300 hours.
I'm HR 49 until I beat Kieran. I did finish my Helbarian Blade, so I might go try that a little bit more. That's the Rathalos Charge Blade. So I have a fire attack Charge Blade ready. Fuck it, let's go beat a horse.
You could just do what I did and just craft a bow gun. Just shoot it from a distance.
I could.
That's all I did. It's like, no, I'll just shoot it. Because I was running into the problem of, oh, I got kicked by him, and that stunned me, that comboed in lightning. Whoops.
Yeah, having to deal with fucking... Just having to deal with Kieran's AoEs is a lot while playing a melee class. I will go see what I can do in terms of bow guns.
Gonna die.
So this is how it
I
ends.
still really like that one clip where I got kicked by Tempered Kieran, which stunned me, and my Palico was running with the healing item to save me. But right before it popped up, Kieran like lightning blasts the shit out of the Palico.
God.
On your
It's just like the poor thing was completely unnecessary. And
So
of course,
rude! Yeah.
and of course I died.
I need...
I don't know. I never found the AoEs to be the problem here. More that
It's dealing with AoEs while also trying to get into melee range.
like if I'm just unlucky, Kieran will kick me and I'll be stunned and instantly killed.
Yeah.
That's more of the issue. I mean, I could probably do it if I switched to switch axe. So I was trying to do it with dual blades, and that's just like no, like
Yeah.
because you have no range on those. I mean, you can easily dodge the AoEs with movement, but like you're stunned, you can't move.
Yep.
Switch axe, I'm pretty good at like knowing the exact distance. Probably, but man, just shooting it's easy. Then I'll never have to deal with it again because I don't arc tempered shit that I don't even think I meet the hunter rank requirement for. Try them.
I might try and make a Xeno heavy bowgun. Although, that's Wyvern Heart. I'm not super fond of that. I need a Wyvern gem and a Xeno gem though. Oof.
I think
And a
I
lot of
used
money.
the Doggeron gun mostly because I like the way it looks.
You're the leading light bowgun because light would be good. fucking the Odogaron tree goes from like, oh, this is just the Garon rifle to Fate's Ember to Karma. Fucking Karma.
The weapon names are great when you get towards the end of the trees.
Yeah, I wish they had more better ones for like. Wow, okay, the Valhazak lightbow gun's name is Gulgalet's Wall or Whale. And it just goes from normal looking bow gun to like, holy shit, this has so many spikes! Yeah, I might. Yeah, the charge blades have good names too. The Rathian charge blade goes from Dear Ludimus to Dear Lutemia to Dear Hecatale to Dear Hecatalia. And of course, you can't forget the sword and shield in the workshop tree, which is Master Bang.
God.
What a stupid name. It goes from Heavy Bang to Heavy Bang Plus to Master Bang. What a bad series of names. Okay. Yeah, thing about bowguns is that I want to use the heavy bowguns because the special ammo is more fun. But the light bowguns have the fucking mobility that I want.
I barely use them, I just like the way some of them look. Like the Karma looks like just like a regular, like, gun. Kinda
Yeah.
like...
There's the one workshop weapon that looks like a... No, I guess it would be something. There's fucking some light bowgun or... Yes, it's the workshop weapon. Branching off Dragonbone. There's 2 workshop weapons in that fucker. It's just the Tanegashima rifle. Like from fucking Metal Gear Solid. Which... My favorite fucking thing in Metal Gear Solid 4 and Peace Walker is the Tanegashima, like, matchlock rifle. Because in Metal Gear Solid 4, 1 out of every 3 shots will fire a tornado. And in Peace Walker, sometimes it does the same, and it just automatically Fultons people because they get launched into the air and land on the helicopter. It's just incredible.
So, really good.
Let's
I could
endeavour
actually
not
make
to get
the-
bazookaed.
I can actually make... I just need to fight some Basil Goose.
No!
To make the
Fuck.
Onigashima. Sleep bombing is
No!
good.
God, what am I doing? Spending a lot of Phoenix down.
Dying apparently. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Also, when we do get to playing this game together, I'm gonna make sure you know about all the little, like, fucking menu tips and tricks I had to learn from people who knew better about this game, so that you can save time by making loadouts and shit. So you don't have to restock all your items manually like I did for a fair bit. Ugh.
Yeah, there's a lot that just doesn't go explained at all.
Oh, he missed.
Like, what any of your stats do.
What's affinity?
Yeah, there's nothing in the game that explains half the stats in the game.
What's
Or
Elder
any
Seal?
of the stats in the game, actually.
It's rough, but that's why you get into it with friends and they can help you out. Do you have
Yeah.
2 carapace rifles, or should I make a second? I do. Okay, never mind. Oof.
Or you could be like me, where eventually I just got to a point and it's like, I can kill anything. I don't care about the stats anymore.
Yeah.
Because I just want stuff that looks cool.
Oh. I should pay attention to when lightning dies.
Yeah.
Also,
probably
there's such high fucking chain resistance.
Yep.
This big boy.
I need to just like fucking take 20 minutes or like an hour and go gather fucking boulder bones. Why am I always out of boulder bones?
Because they're... I think those are like the low-rank bones. Or whatever.
Like
Stuff
they're just
that you-
Wildspire.
I know, but like I always was out of like the low-rank versions of bones, and it's like, oh, I have to go and grab them.
Yeah. Like boulder bones have always been the limiting factor for like basically anything. Everything else I have like fucking 500 too many of. With boulder bones, I'm just like, oh yeah, you have 3. I need to finish doing some bounties anyway, so I'm just gonna go to Wildspire Waste in my gathering set and gather a bunch of shit. It doesn't help that I just don't like going to Wildspire Waste because it's boring to look at.
Hey,
Why'd you save me?
Not every
was
zone
asked
can
to keep you
be
safe.
coral island.
lightning.
I really genuinely want like an ice zone with the same people on it that made the Coral Highlands because I really like ice zones,
It was
like
my
a
fault.
weirdo, and then
I put her
having
in
people who
danger.
know what good things
know
look
that.
like would be nice.
Let me make things right.
Others Recess is
Told me
also
before
cool,
that you couldn't.
but
And that words were useless, and a lot of other
My
things I shouldn't have said.
favorite is
Like I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to set things straight.
Big
So I did.
graveyard.
yeah,
Thought if I
Rotten
couldn't
Vale.
make up for it,
Yeah, Rotten
all
Vale.
the apologies in the world wouldn't mean a thing.
That's also
So
a
I
cool zone.
decided I had to find a way to pay for it first, before I'd even have the right to say sorry.
That's definitely one bummer about
It's like you said,
when I went
I was
back
using
to
that as an
3,
excuse so I
is
could
that
run
the
from my
zones
own
are
guilt.
just zones.
That
They're
Yeah.
your
at home.
your woods level, your desert level, your ice level.
Look, Hope,
They're pretty much lacking in person.
I know what happened was my
Yeah.
fault. I don't deny it. And
The one
I
that
am
actually
sorry.
probably has the most personality in 3 is the
That's lights.
well,
isn't it?
there's one in high rank I
I...
get, but
Why'd you...
the one
That
that I
knife
played in low rank
was a
is
present
called,
from Sarah.
It's called like the Flooded
To keep
Forest,
her safe.
and it's
She
just the
trusted you with
forest,
something that
except for like
important?
half the map is like
You should be
flooded.
the one to carry it.
That's kind of an interesting way to
I'll find a way
make
to
a
make
different
things better.
underwater zone.
Just give me time.
Yeah. I appreciate that they really
Nothing
wanted
I
to
do
do.
is good enough.
I think it was
And I'll
Lagiacrus
take any
in
punishment
World,
you want
but
in
they
the
couldn't
shot.
get it to work with their focus on overland stuff.
I don't
You can
understand
take the blame,
the ravenous want
It won't
for
bring her back.
Lagiacrus. It's just not a fun monster.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
But
you
it's-
know, fucking
all
fans
along.
of anything are just gonna be like, well, it should have everything from past games.
They had to blame someone.
Or
Yeah.
rather, oh,
They had to.
but that's the main monster of 3, and it's like, yeah.
I needed a reason
3 is bad.
to keep
Well,
fighting.
Wasn't
Not
someone's fault.
the
It was mine.
3 portable.
Take it out on me.
Alt.
And keep yourself alive until you
Vanilla
do.
3 has like I think like 18 monsters in it.
Oof. Honestly, like, I'm kind of with you on. I'm gonna get a lot out of Generations Ultimate when it hits the West, just because, like, there's so much shit to do in it. Like, I'll be able to fucking just die by playing that game for eternity.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Oh,
it'll just be-
Rathian.
it'll just be-
Pink Rathian and Rathian in the same map? Fuck off.
All right. It's good to see.
Well, that's always a fun fight.
I'm
Just
I'm
let
just
me-
doing an
two
investigation.
wyverns.
Yeah. Go away. I don't want to fight you, idiot.
Here we go.
Oh. Tempered Wrathy. Is this the one where Hope's in the lead?
This is the one where Hope fights it on his own.
Always the hero.
But you don't. Yeah, but you
Is
don't
it?
have to
You
win.
wanna die?
I don't think you have to win. I think you have to
Right.
hold out a certain amount of time.
You can't.
I think
I won't let you.
that's not true based on speedruns that I've seen. Where they just let Hope die.
Won't take long.
Right, and that's what happens when you have to get a new party, and then like you get a new party and you want to just retry so you can fuck with the paradigms. I think, because you have a bad set of paradigms when you walk into that fight with Hope, Fang, and Lightning.
And also, Hope hasn't had the benefit of all the experience you get.
Yeah, 'cause you just get thrown into shit.
Yeah, you don't even actually have to die. You just have to get to constant HP, or very marginal HP.
Not bad,
Yep.
kid. Where's Snow?
He's okay.
Sure you're up to this? Thing'll never know what hit it.
Don't fucking yell at me, gotcha like a fucks. Just gathering bones. Why you gotta be mean?
Right. 1, 3, 15, 6, 8. So there's a magic synergist there.
I think part of what makes like buffing and debuffing in 13 feels so interesting compared to other games is that it's not just like having access to the spells. You have to actually take the time to put those into your rotation of things that you do at the start of a fight, and because you need paradigms for them to be used. And it gives it a different texture to just like, oh, I need to buff up before I start
Yeah.
attacking.
What have we got next here? Magic. HP.
Ooh, tempered bear off.
Sabotage.
I'm mad that the I guess they're fanged wyverns, like Jaggers, Gyros, and Dodogama. I don't know if it's true of Dodogama, but like you definitely can't fight a tempered Jagras, Great Jagras, or Great Gyros. And I'm sad. Also, why am I getting quality bones? Give me boulder bones.
Since I've come, Comrav Rav, Comrav Rav. I will need Comrav for maximum damage.
Yeah, like Toby, Kadachi, no Dogron are definitely temperable. I don't get why Great Jaggers and Great Gyros are exempt.
Yes, they figure there's just no point.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're weak monsters. I'm sure I'd be annoyed to see them show up in my own investigations list. It's like, no, I'd rather have something that's, I don't know.
Yeah, Jaggers and Gyros don't have gems either. Despite that, Jagger's weapons tend to be Great Jagger's weapons when fully upgraded tend to be pretty solid. Like I definitely. Oh, Librarian. Okay, thank you for the ancient potion. This dude hiding in the wall. He was just like, hey, take this, bye. But yeah, Great Jagger's like, the Great Sword is not bad if you don't have access to like, the Wyvern Ignition and don't want to do all the affinity hassle of maxing out a Diablo's weapon. Because Diablos is like negative affinity and if you have to deal with compensating for that, Great Jagger's is second. That boulder bone. I've only got 2 this entire fucking time.
Don't get predictable.
I am at least glad that while you can find footprints and stuff for temporary monsters, they don't just appear and invest in like wandering around. Because that would be awful. Because they would just fucking coming out of nowhere and one-shot you. That sounds terrifying, Sarnai. I don't want to deal with compensating for minus 70% affinity. Oh. Generation sounds fucky and I want to mess with its systems. So I'm glad we're getting ultimate.
I'm glad we're getting it in English, because I was gonna import it and not bother with any of the system.
Which sounds like it would probably be bad.
Yeah. I'd mostly be interested in getting that if I probably
Also, like, you don't have to compensate for affinity.
That's dicey.
But
don't do it. Oh, that.
Are you talking in Generations or World, Sarnai? Because in World, it's really helpful to not have negative affinity. Because, like, even just, like, having weakness exploit is technically compensating for negative affinity, but, like, minus crits are just, like, minus 25% damage. I don't know if there's a proper term for, like, weak hits. I just know that they're, like, anti-crits. I also know that, like, it is really funny to take a weapon and give it way too much crit and just watch all your numbers go up by 25% forever. It's like, oh, I just did 1,000 damage with one hit. That's fucky. Yes, I like the numbers big. One pile over here.
There we go. Not speedrun quality, but I've done worse.
It is a satisfactory encounter.
Operation Nora didn't work out. Oh, my.
You'll be okay. I'll keep you safe.
Lightning. Me too. I mean, at least I'll try. I'll try to watch out for you too.
I
Don't
appreciate
forget
that
about this
Lightning's
one.
first instinct is just like, this kid needs a
Yeah.
hug, like right now.
That one'll be
I mean, that
alright.
again shows Lightning's growth, but also, like, she's a much better big sister to Hope
too
than she
stubborn to
ever is
die.
to Sarah at any point in the entire trilogy.
I mean, to be fair, Sarah picked Snow.
Yeah, it's true, it's true.
Mommy will always
And
be
Hope
healthy,
definitely did.
Like,
no matter how much has changed. what
Hope
having a
just about
friend
fucking
is
killed
all
Snow,
about.
so whatever.
Nice try, kid. Better luck next time. God, somebody probably ships Snow and Hope. And that ship would be called Snope, which is kind of appropriate.
No.
Someone needs to Snopes that relationship. False. This is not how this shit works. You got bad taste.
Oh, man. I like how they give you a chest with a phoenix down after that. It's like, yeah, this boss fight was a fucker. Anyway, it's Hope's dad time. I mean, there are people who ship Snow and Lightning, which... Fuck off with that noise.
Hope.
Mom's gone.
I'm torn between shipping Snow with Lightning's fist and shipping Snow with Hope's fireball. I suppose we should stop shitposting because, like, grieving scene, but also...
Nora.
Dad,
Years ago I heard a quote, and I've never been able to find a source for it.
no,
Which... And now it's so long ago I can't remember the exact wording, but it's something like the most frightening moment in a boy's life is the first time he sees his father cry.
we're gonna rest up.
And I would like more games
And
to
we'll
do
leave.
that.
If they find out you're sheltering Lassie,
Because I actually had that experience.
You're my son. This is your home.
After my dad went to his uncle's funeral when I was about 15, I guess. And really transformed my impression of my dad. And Hope has that here, and it's really well done.
Yeah, my dad is not so typically British in his restrained emotions,
My son.
to put it mildly. Also, we've had pets our entire life, and he's been fond of them, so, like, that's just been part of it. But yeah, seeing a male parental figure cry is an important moment, even if you don't want to label it frightening.
Right.
I mean, my father's not British, and he's very resistant to showing a lot of emotion.
It's a masculine thing at least as much as it's a British thing. I want to peek in these rooms. Oh, Snow's
Yeah,
just
I
sleeping in
mean,
that one.
it's just different cultural reflections of masculinity.
Yeah. I was mostly making a joke because
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
British people,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, British.
My dad, yeah, I mean, it's
Uh,
also a very intellectual thing for...
yeah.
which is heavily your lineage,
Yep.
from my understanding.
Very much
So
Wait, what can I examine here?
you're kind of in the nexus of all the intersecting ways in which that would be a difficult moment.
Yep. Yeah, I've only seen my dad cry or be close to tears twice in the 31 years I've been alive.
Now for an update on the situation in Palampolum. The Lassie continue their desperate flight.
Mind you, I've seen
and the
my mum
military
cry
has now
even
launched
less.
an all-out campaign to eliminate them. In
Which
the
is not a
event you
British
must
thing,
leave
it's a
your
my
home,
mum thing.
Please follow the instructions broadcast on this
Yeah.
channel.
Must be the kid's family.
Roughly 2,500 civilians believed to have come in contact with the Lassie are now being held in quarantine by the Sanctum. Our latest Instapoll has shown a vast majority in favor of the
It's a
immediate
rich people
purging of
house,
these
Catsroy.
individuals, believing their treatment.
It's a very rich people house.
Lay down.
I don't know if that's 1%. I think that's like 3%.
Oh, right.
I definitely knew people who had houses like this.
See, you took the kid's toy away.
He gave it back to me.
Yeah, I
Said he didn't need it anymore.
I certainly would not have.
Go figure.
I don't know for sure, but I'm like
It was too
90% sure. I also know people who had houses like this.
Well, also,
What happened to Sarah?
because I live
houses
in.
in America tend to be bigger than they are
All I
over
could
here
think
as well.
about was what could I have done?
Yeah, but like we live in like a resort
I
town
hated myself
where
for not
like
trusting her.
80% of the, well, not 80%, but like a
It hurt
significant
too
part of the
much.
population, or like the housing,
Fix it.
is built for populations that aren't here at most like fucking 80% of the year. So the folks that do live
Snow.
here are white most of the time and fairly well off. Well off enough that we had a decent
I'm
public
sorry.
school. Anyway, so.
Forgive me.
And multiple closed communities because fucking of course.
Everything.
Pardon me?
If you told me your real name, I suppose I could.
It's very different where I live, where
Have
it's
Sarah tell you
mostly just
when she comes back.
farms, land, and
Deal.
like a couple larger towns.
My dad said he'd like to see you guys.
I mean,
night, Sarah.
He wants to talk.
I mean, I'd imagine Lewisburg, there's still quite a few well-off people because it's a college
Night,
town.
Sonny.
Bucknell there, which Bucknell is expensive to get into.
Look at Snow immediately
blame is
performing
mine.
again.
I couldn't save her.
If it wasn't for Snow, I wouldn't be here right now.
Snow. Did Nora... Did she say anything to you?
And Hope being much nicer than Snow deserves.
She said to get him home.
And that's exactly what you've done. Face to face like this, it's hard to believe you're all dangerous.
Also, that couch
fugitives.
is comically huge.
But the entire world is scared to death of you, Lassie. No, not even just you. People who've helped
Yeah,
you.
no. Like, couches, you're supposed to be able to reach the back with your feet on the
Sometimes
floor.
it's even just people who've walked by one
Well,
of
there
you.
are couches that you
I
aren't,
think they're
but
tainted
also...
and want every one of them purged.
The Sanctum's a puppet of the Foul Sea. To them,
I mean,
our
typically,
lives
that's a
don't mean
rich
anything
people
more.
couch.
We'll stop this. Take down the Sanctum and save Cocoon.
You've thought that through?
God, Snow's body language.
If Lassie take down the Sanctum, fear of Pulse will only get worse. It won't stop at fear. People will take up arms and stand against you. Can you imagine it? The rampant violence.
When the government's control is gone, the citizens will revolt.
So what then? We're supposed to just smile and eat a bullet? That means you too.
I know I'm part of this. I'm on your side of the fence. Harbor of Lassie and a public enemy.
Coming here was a bad idea.
This is your home. We're all here. Let's figure this out together. Huh?
Heads up!
Hope!
this. I'll stay here. No, help my dad.
Come on, Emma.
Follow my lead! This'll be quick. Take down the enemy. This'll be quick.
Thank you.
We barricade ourselves in here. They're not gonna just give up and go away.
I didn't reset my fucking... I can't remember, is it Libroscope or Libra the ability that Libra's everything?
Libroscope.
Trying to remember what I need to start the Havoc Skytank fight with.
Turn the tide!
XIII, Synergist, just 1 HP, okay. Yeah, so Hope still hasn't finished growing, whereas Snow finished basically as soon as the Hope Snow section started. Like, as soon as they started talking to one another. This, I do not believe, is an accident.
Is it over? Are they?
They're fine. Your son's a tough kid.
Who ordered the battalion?
They'll take out the whole
Oh
building
look, it's
next.
the boss with the single use of lightning's gun part of her gunblade.
Well, I know, like, that's in her... she does shoot people in her regular combo.
How about you?
Still in one piece.
It's not her, like, huge... Like, that's the only way she can use it in this.
Also, this scene was in the... I think I mentioned this, but this scene was in the trailer, but lacking some textures. All the dark surfaces were just flat black.
Oof.
Don't shoot! I'll show you what a Lassie looks like! Me! I'm a Lassie! Surprised? Expected some kind of monster? I'm flesh and blood, like you! An ordinary citizen of Cocoon! Don't you get it? This has been our home our whole lives! How could we even think about destroying it? We want to protect this place just as much as you!
I love how the soldiers have a rustle of vocal lines about, oh, maybe he is on our side, before Rosh starts speaking.
Yag Rosh, SciComm Division. I understand your plight. However, the pulse threat is not so easily dismissed.
I also like how they alter their laser sights
Very
off so it doesn't
existence
obstruct the
of
shot.
Lassie puts every last one of us
Fucking-
in danger. Tell me, do you really think your life is worth more than the lives of millions of Cocoon citizens? I do not. And so, it falls to me to order your execution.
Yay, trolley problems.
It's that simple. It is my responsibility to see
Submitting
you
my
put
first
down.
paper on the trolley problem this week sometime. Well, next week.
Your lives are forfeit.
Oh, cut the crap! You want Lassie? Then kill Lassie! Why do other people have to die? The purge has gotta stop!
Do you think we want to purge our own people? If any trace of Pulse remains, the populace will erupt into chaos. Without sacrifice, without the purge, Cocoon will die.
Surprise smoke grenades! Because the cavalry's here.
I gave no order!
No!
I forgot Rosh got shot.
Yep.
Doesn't slow him down that much.
leaving. Hope, tie up your dad. We threatened you and forced you to help us. Got it?
There must be something
Do
else.
what she says.
Hope, tie up your dad with that handy quantity of rope that every rich family keeps around.
I want to stay here, but there's
Look,
no place for it.
don't think shame.
Actually, it's only like
I'm going with
a
the
scarf
others.
or something.
We'll survive somehow. I promise you that. Dad, I hate to run out on you.
You're not running! This is not running away. You've made a choice. You'll survive and do what needs to be done.
You mean complete my focus?
Don't you worry about
That's
that.
right. Does that tie look like it actually comes undone, or if it's, or is like it just slips on? Because like that looks like a solid piece of fabric, not like a tied in a knot thing.
Oh, you mean the thing Hope's dad is wearing? I keep thinking it's a
Yeah.
stethoscope.
Thanks, Dad.
Right.
Our turn, hero.
What? I can handle a little gas.
Catch your breath. I'll throw in some
No
electricity.
goes.
I love how
Oh,
I
a
love how
gunship. Even
like,
I'm not that
if the
stupid.
if the whole chapter wasn't clear enough, it starts off with like Hope, with Snow stood like directly facing the tank one-on-one, but then
He gets shoved out of the way because he's a useless idiot.
I am playing really, really badly. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Careful now. Got your back. Careful now. Thanks.
I think they're supposed to just be blowing the turrets off it and then
Thank you.
staggering the main body when that's done.
Yeah.
That seems correct.
I think I'm attacking the wrong sections because it's just a missile barrage and fuck.
Thanks.
I think this is one of the few times where diversity is actually like probably a
I
decent
have-
idea.
Like combat med.
Let's wrap this up. Now.
It's a weird boss as well, this one, because it just, like, it gets less hard as it goes on.
Yeah.
Surrender now! You are surrounded!
Okay.
Got your back. Appreciate it.
Nowhere to run, Lassie!
Turn the tide!
Surrender now! Nowhere to run, Lassie! You are surrounded!
I appreciate you trying to do the strike options, but she's just converting the water and thunder. Hey, its stagger value changed.
Appreciate it.
Yep, there's the canyon. There we go. The pain begins. Eat shit, Sky Tank.
Now the pain really begins, because now it's too calm.
And also above fucking 600 fucking % damage. Oh. That good shit. That's the fun shit. I love 13's battle system. When you get to do shit like this to bosses.
I did not think I was actually going to get
This
the
is
5-star there, because I was rubbish at the start of the fight.
I mean, target time was like 12 minutes. It's cool.
This shot where it's immediately replaced by another one is good.
Again?
Yep.
There's no end to these guys.
Then the cavalry actually gets there.
I don't know where they dropped the smoke grenades from and started shooting. Like, because there were cavalry soldiers on this platform. Attacking Rush.
Need a ride?
Don't get cute.
It's that dude.
Right, let's move it.
Not Arden.
Yeah.
Snow just staggers out coughing at the end. Fucking dingus.
Take care, Dad.
When it comes to home and family, we never keep either as close as we should. Whoever stops to think that this time could be the last?
And that will do for today, because good grief, that's 3.5 hours.
Yep.
Thanks for the company.
Yep.
And we shall continue this. Well, not tomorrow because we're recording, but Monday, I guess. Good night.
Yep.